What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you a Nomad versus Nomad battle in Total War Rome 2. This is a match that I fought against G Brothers P. We are fighting in a random map that he selected that turned out to be quite nice. It's called Massagetae, and I have taken Massagetae in Massagetae, and he has taken Royal Scythia. It looks like with Royal Scythia, the nomadic player always has the advantage in the faction because Royal Scythia has Draco on a ton of units, which is essential for winning a cavalry engagement. For those of you who forgot, Draco gives the essential ability of reducing all complete cavalry bonus and bracing as well. So it's just a wonderful ability. Older players of Total War Rome 2 might remember the days when Rome had cavalry that had Draco and thus had the strongest cavalry and some of the best infantry in the game. That was before the time of the Evocati. Anyways, with Royal Scythia, G Brothers P has taken 6 total Scythian Amazonian riders. These are very strong cavalry units. They have the 150 range, which outranges 3 of my horse archers. I've brought 3 mercenary Amazonian riders myself, which do have the 150 range, but I do have 3 regular horse archers as well, step horse archers, very cheap ones. In terms of the shock cavalry front, I definitely have him outmatched in terms of quality, not in terms of quantity though. He has a lot of these step armored lancers. These are 550 talents and just not very good. Decent units in general, but against another nomadic faction, they just won't be able to match up to them. He has, I believe, 3 of these step noble riders, and then he's brought 2 Scythian Royal Horse. The Scythian Royal Horse will be crucial if he wants to win this battle because they are melee cavalry. They have 15 bonus versus large, and of course they have Draco, so they can be a huge factor in this game. Now, just some early game skirmishes going on. I've got 1 step horse archer in the forest here. I've taken control of the forest this way because he pulled out his melee cavalry and his basically his Scythian Royal Horse because I moved into that forest there. I've got 2 Saka Noble let me try and see. Saka Noble Armored Lancer, Saka Cataphract, step noble lancers. Yeah, so my strategy was to have a weak center and extremely strong flanks. So I have my really strong step Saka noble armored lancer and my Saka cataphracts on my flanks, a mix of them on either flank, and just a step noble lancer core in the center. Massagetae are a very interesting nomadic faction because they have units that both have trample and Draco. So Saka Noble Armored Lancer, the Snal unit, has Draco. It's the only shock cavalry unit that has Draco. And then they have Saka Cataphracts, which have Trample, and Trample is just a brilliant ability, especially on something that's super heavy in mass. So it increases the impact damage by a crazy amount. I don't know if, because in Attila, impact damage is not affected, is not thrown at enemy cavalry. I don't know if that's the same case in Rome 2. But in either case, having trample on a super heavy unit is a huge bonus. So with Massagetae, my point is you have these units that have excellent combination power. So here his Scythian Amazonian riders are taking some damage from my mercenary Amazonians. I'm doing a little bit better of a job kiting back. As you can see, the arrow trails are just falling right behind my units before I pull back. Being patient in a nomad versus nomad battle is basically your key to victory. There's no other way you can win this game. So here I'm moving in. I notice a little opening and decide to just get in and start fighting with my mercenary Amazonians against his step noble lancers. He does bring one of his Scythian Amazonian riders there though. He's also doing a pretty decent job in pulling away and skirmishing in general. You can see I'm getting a few decent shots in. He's got a Scythian Royal Horse General, which is a very strange choice. I can probably chalk that up to G Brothers not playing Rome 2 in a really long time. The Royal Horse is very expensive and really is not good. Like they're pretty heavy in mass, which means that they're going to be slow, which means that they can't skirmish very well. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of these units is. They can be very good against a non-nomadic faction, which have like some crappy infantry or a lot of foot skirmishes, which these guys can definitely kill. And they have excellent melee attack and weapon damage. But besides that, they just won't be able to withstand a charge from any shock cavalry, let alone the powerful shock cavalry of the Massagetae. So he's happy just staying here. It's not like he's hill camping or anything. Neither of us are really hill camping. He's just playing a bit more defensive than I am. I've already enveloped him, as you can see. I've got, archers on basically all fronts. Meanwhile, he's keeping his archers much closer to his melee cavalry and shock cavalry. So again, pulling back with step horse archers, taking a few casualties. He's taking a few more, but at this point it's just who loses their ammo the first, basically, or who utilizes their ammo the worst is going to be the deciding factor. But that doesn't look like it's going to be the case, because he decides to just bum rush the entire Massagetae tribe. So he's going to charge in. Step Noble Lance is taking damage. I'm just going to pull out with my horse archers, and I'm going to pull back with, in my flanks as well, with my other guys. Saka Cataphracts here still hidden, I believe. Yeah, they're still hidden. I'm going to pull back my weak core because, against a lot of these step armored lancers, I don't think they'll be able to last. I want to pick off his troops, or maybe at least pick off a flank. Here you can see I'm starting to charge in with one step noble lancer onto his step armored lancer. The quality differential is really going to show here. Here I'm going to charge in with step noble lancers against step armored lancers again. These are engagements that are definitely very favorable for me. Step noble lancers against step armored lancers. The step armored lancers will lose. But my step noble lance is also going to take a lot of damage from these Scythian royal horse if they choose to charge in. I'm pulling out with my Saka Cataphracts here. He's rushing in with the step noble lances there. And I'm just reforming my entire line. Trying to move in, try to just get an entire flank charge with my super powerful, super heavy Saka Cataphracts. Here, step armored lancer interrupt the charge of these step noble lancers, which gives me ample time to charge in with my Saka Cataphracts and pull out with my Saka noble armored lancer, and then maybe charge into these guys. But I should be using these guys together. That's when they really shine in unison. He's put up an archer front here that I'm going to try and penetrate with my mercenary Amazonian riders. Just charge straight in here and then push his archers behind, and then my archers right here can intercept them. He's moving around these gaps very well with his quick step armored lancer. But now I'm going to use a Saka noble armored cataphract to just charge in and destroy them. Here, Saka Cataphract in trample, going to absolutely trash these step armored lancers. You can see how quickly they're dying. Here though, he's done a very good job, but actually it's against the wrong unit. My step armored lancer just got charged by a Scythian royal horse, but that gives me time to just shoot in with my mercenary Amazonian riders. Here, step noble lancer is going to get destroyed, but this gives me a free charge with Saka Cataphract's downhill charge against his units, and they're going to get a lot of kills in that process. Here, his royal horse archer is going to fire against step noble lancers at point blank range, which is really bad. Saka Cataphracts here taking one casualty and destroying all of their enemies, but they're going to take the brunt of damage from all of these horse archers. Here, Saka noble armored lancer charged in. He popped Draco. I didn't pop Draco yet, which is a huge blunder on my part. I was busy just trying to corral these horse archers with my cheap units. I'm going to get in a pretty decent charge in here, and then these Saka Cataphracts, I'm sacrificing a lot of them to try and pull through and attack his royal horse archer general. Saka Cataphracts here destroying the step armored lancer, and now my general Saka Cataphract is, I think I popped second wind on him, yeah, to increase their speed, and then I'm going to pop trample also. Here, noble armored lancer doing very decently, and here these step noble lancers are basically dead. The royal horse archer has pulled out without much difficulty. Pop trample and then popping battle rhythm. It was I popped second wind a bit prematurely, but I needed that speed bonus to try and catch these guys. I was really afraid of not catching up to them. Here, Saka Cataphract, these step noble armored lancer have popped Draco finally, and then I'm going to be able to get a rear charge with my Saka Cataphract on trample. Hopefully, then we can see the true value of the Massagetae deadly combo. Yeah, that was pretty anticlimactic. But the Scythian royal horse definitely will get destroyed. Trample here popped. 102 charge bonus on trample. That's brilliant. Here my general has gotten 50 kills, but they are very tired now. Step Noble Lance is dead. The Royal Horse Archer is still basically at full strength, but again I've got too many units here, and I'm just going to try and corral them a second time. Maybe this time the second time's the charm. Scythian Royal Horse has done brilliantly. I mean, they've got a double experience chevron. They've gotten so many kills. That means. But here, this is just going to be, there's going to be no way out for the Royal Horse General. And once my Saga Cataphracts come in, there's really nothing the Royal Horse General can do. Here, step Saka Noble Armored Lancer, the longest name in Total War history. Going to charge in with Draco popped in. And the Royal Horse Archer is going to go down very, very quickly. These guys all look the same. I don't know which is the Saka Noble Armored Lancer and which is the Royal Horse Archer. They don't even have bows on their back, it looks like. No idea. Anyways, the Royal Horse Archer got a single experience chevron, did pretty decently, 67 kills, but at the end of the day, maybe having another Scythian Royal Horse General would have been a better idea. Costly victory to me. Mercenary Amazonian Riders did pretty decently. One of my Step Horse Archers did very well too. Step Noble Lancers for the most part didn't do well. But that's because I had to sacrifice them for the greater good and for the greater units. You can see the Saka Cataphracts and my Saka Noble Armored Lancer both did really well. And the Step Armored Lancer, as usual, did pretty poorly. That's the main problem with G Brothers P's build. His Step Armored Lancers, just too many of them brought, and they were never going to be difference makers in a nomadic engagement. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.